Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we will be taking a look at a Harley-Davidson engraved Case Trapper. My wife and I had to run up to our local Ace Hardware, and I couldn't believe that by the information desk or whatever, there was a case display case. And they also had Harley-Davidson by case display case also. It's all new. So this happened to be on sale there. These things usually run about $60 to $70. And by the way, I'm going to provide a couple of links below to Amazon for some of these trappers, including the Harley-Davidson one, but some regular ones too, because this review will sort of cover case trappers in general. But got it for half price, $30. Couldn't pass it up. So guess what? We're gonna go ahead and do a review on it. Here's the box that it came in. A familiar logo right there. Also made in the USA, just like the motorcycle. And here is the item number. And you can see that it has the trapper pattern number right there. And this is natural smooth bone is the scales on this. So Harley-Davidson, you know, that brand invokes a sense of belonging to a certain culture. That sort of describes loyalty, trust to me, and a way of life. And you sort of put that together with the fine craftsmanship that Case has, that old-fashioned artisan workmanship. It's a match. A match made in heaven. So that's the box right here. I love the way that the case knives come wrapped in the old-fashioned paper. Just another nice touch. And they also give you some paperwork, which I didn't read. And I don't want to read because I don't want this video to be too long. So here it is. And we'll go ahead and zoom up on it because it is beautiful. These things are really, for most people, they're collector's items. It used to be, there used to be a time when this was the normal knife, not the tactical knives. This was the norm, and this is what Grandpa used to carry around. But these days, probably, I would be willing to bet that 50% of the case knives, the good ones, the ones with the polished blades and everything, probably just end up in collections. And there is a downside to that, and that is that these things are going to be very abundant in mint condition in 100 years from now, so they probably won't be worth as much, but they just are still collectible or remain very, very collectible. And if you're a knife collector, your knife collection is not complete without a case knife. So like I said, this is a trapper knife. It's a very common pattern. It's sort of the trapper pattern means that you have two blades that pivot from one side, one being the clip point or the master blade, and then your secondary blade, which is a spay blade right there. That makes it a trapper. The the trapper sort of probably came from an earlier pattern called the dogleg jack, and it was usually used by ranchers and trappers. And you use this part, the main blade, for your hunting and your hunting chores, and maybe carving or whatever. And the secondary blade, the spay blade, excels in skinning animals and castrating livestock. So there you go. Actually, you know what this would be good for? If you notice, like the spay blade, it's not pointy, which is good when you're skinning animals, but it really has no belly like the main clip point blade. So I bet you could use that as a straight razor. If you get that thing razor sharp, you could sort of keep that as your razor if you need to shave. So anyway, steel. Let's talk about that, because Case is not too upfront with the exact kind of steel that they use in these knives. They just say true sharp surgical stainless steel. Really, all stainless steel is practically surgical stainless steel. But rumor has it, or it's believed, that Case uses 425M or 420C stainless steel, which is comparable to our 440A, and should have an HRC of somewhere around 56 to 58. This particular sample has this beautiful laser engraved smooth bone handle or scales. Really, really nice. That's one of the things that really drew me to this purchase, besides the half-price sale that I had stumbled upon. But really nice. The Harley Davidson, just really cool joint venture there. And you can see you have your nickel silver bolsters here, which are great for fingerprints. They're just fingerprint magnets. This whole thing is a fingerprint magnet. You also have some nice brass pins right here. And let's see, this is a slip joint, which means the blades do not lock. And by the way, there is no I'm sorry, I'm under the weather, so I'm going to be pronouncing words and stumbling through this whole video. I apologize. There's no half stop, so it's just all the way open, all the way closed, but it does snap with authority the way that a good slip joint should. There's your slip joint pins, or your slip joint springs, nicely polished by hand by the artisans at Case Cutlery, Case & Son. You can see how they're even all the way back here, the way they should be. The blade length, both of these blades, both the master and the secondary blades, are 3 1/4 inches. They have a shallow hollow grind. They have nail nicks to open them, and when this thing is closed, you can see that the shape of the blade, it's a good thing the master blade or the clip point blade is a clip point, so the nail nick for the master can be accessed here, and you can still access the spade blade right there. Closed length of this is 4 1/8 inch. The weight is 4.2 ounces, and again, it is made in the USA. Now, before we go ahead and proceed to the test, we'll just go ahead and do some close-up shots so we could go ahead and give this justice. You can see how beautiful the craftsmanship is, along with my fingerprints. You can see some brass spacers down in there. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Really nice. You can see the fine workmanship where there's no gaps or anything between the bolster and the scale on each side. Really nice job. And again, nicely polished all the way around, nice, even and smooth. Just a fine crafted tool. Really, really nice. This would make a wonderful gift. Also something nice to pass on down to the grandchildren if you're a grandpa. That seems to be the tradition and what everyone thinks of when they think case knives. Let's go ahead and check for retention. Okay, blades are not going to come out inadvertently. Very good. Let's check blade centering. Uh-oh. Well, I think we have a fail here. Both blades are all the way to your left. And actually, it is rubbing against the brass spacer on this side. So, it sort of fails on blade centering. It seems to be a little bit common. I've come across many case knives that are badly centered. I don't know if that's just the nature of it or not. Or maybe that's why I got it for half price. So, who knows. This is not really going to be a user. This is going to go on a shelf and be shown off because it just looks so cool. Let's see, lock up. We'll go ahead and, again, this doesn't actually lock. It's a slip joint, but no side to side play, no up and down play. Let's go ahead and get the spade blade out. Same thing. Really good, no up or down, a side to side kind of play. Next, let's go ahead and do a paper cut test. See how sharp this is out of the box. Very nice. We'll go ahead and cut in the other direction also. Someone told me that the fibers in the paper go in one direction, so it's not fair that I do it in just one direction. And then, of course, whenever I do blades or knives like this, they always say, how does the second blade cut? So if I don't do it, I will hear it. Okay, actually the spade, there we go, I'm sorry. Spade blade doesn't seem to be as sharp as the main blade, or the master blade, or the clip point blade. There we go. Little bit needs a little work, but I'm still pretty good. It's grabbing my my nail there. Let's see if I could shave. Let's go ahead and see if I could shave. You know what? I would say this is sharp because it's shaving my hand, so I just don't know how to cut paper very well. Let me give it one more shot. There we go. Operator error. Alright, I'm not going to do the stabbing the wood test because that is not something that you should be doing with a slip joint. The last test would be ergonomics. There is nothing crazy good about the ergonomics of this. It's what you would expect a trapper knife to be. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Even in reverse grip, although you would never use this in reverse grip, it's actually comfortable just because everything is nice and rounded and smooth. You don't have to worry about having something on this knife to keep your hand from slipping down because you shouldn't be stabbing anything with a slip joint knife. So I'd say everything is good except for blade centering. Also, if you own one of these knives, you should have a micro cloth, whatever you call these things, because you're going to constantly be trying to wipe these blades and bolsters and everything off because they just pick up fingerprints like mad. So definitely recommend the Case Trapper, whether it be the Harley Davidson one that I have here or any other. They have jig bone, red, every color. They even had some really nice G10 ones. I think there's even a Harley Davidson G10 one that is really cool, but you have also other synthetic and then the bone scales, whatever combination you could imagine. You know, if you're a knife collector and you do not have a Case Trapper, you need to stop watching this video right now and run out and get one. Or I'll tell you what, if you can't run because it's the end of the day or the stores are closed or you're just tired, I'll go ahead and throw some links below to Amazon on a couple of different Case Trappers that may interest you or may not. But again, if you are collecting knives, gotta have a Case Trapper. It is a pattern that should be in your collection. Alright, sorry about the drab video. I probably put half my audience here asleep, but I am a little under the weather. I apologize, but I still wanted to get a video out to you. You guys are special and deserve it. So, alright, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you, and I hope you have a great evening. Take care. Bye.